Latest update, inspection in another 45 minutes. That is 10 p.m. Indian Standard Time. 10 p.m. Indian Standard Time. That's where the next inspection is going to be. Latest weather forecast, it's not rained for the last 3-4 hours. For the last 3-4 hours, it hasn't rained at all. And you would have expected the game to start, but it hasn't started just as yet. That's primarily because there is a certain part of the outfield which is still wet. You can see the stadium right behind me. There's a certain part of the outfield which is wet. So next inspection in another 45 minutes. A lot of you are putting in comments saying match called off. No, the match has not been called off. Match has not been called off. Just to make it very clear, if you are being told that the match is being called off, no, the match has not been called off. Next inspection in 45 minutes. I don't know where you're getting your news from. I'm right at the stadium. We have been told that the next inspection is in 45 minutes, and if the match was called off, there would not be any ground staff working on the ground. There would be no umpires on the ground. As I speak, the umpires are still on the ground and the ground staff is still working. It doesn't matter where you're reading and where you're getting the news from. I don't know. Match has not been called off yet. There is a certain part of the outfield which is very wet, which is why it is taking time. So, and the other thing is, it hasn't rained for the last 2-3 hours. It hasn't rained. So which allows you that much time to ensure that that particular area, there's one area near the third man area which is wet. Otherwise, the entire ground is dry. All conditions are good. Not raining as yet, though I must say that it is cloudy now. Just showing you the sky there. You can see clouds up in the air, but it hasn't rained. Now it's been a good 3-4 hours. It hasn't rained. It's a pity that the match could not start on time. Otherwise, this 3-4 hour period you could have utilized and had a game. But that has not been made possible because of one wet patch in the outfield. Because of one wet patch, they haven't been able to start. I see a lot of your comments coming in saying that the match called off. No, sir. I'm at the ground. Match not called off. Having said that, in 45 minutes, if they can dry that patch, you will have a toss and the game will start. But, and there's a big but, the but that I'm adding is that because of clouds up in the sky, you never know if the rain returns. So if the rain returns, I'll show you which part is looking threatening. Can you see that part of the sky there? That part of the sky. Just see how threatening those clouds are. Right there. Let me show you one. Right there, that part of the ground you can see there. This is the stadium, that part of the ground there, the clouds, that is looking threatening. If you look at entire that side, you can see clouds. Entire, left side of the sky, threatening clouds. So that if the rain comes down again, then I guess pretty much it'll be a situation where the match will have to be called off. But as of now, no, the match has not been called off. There is an inspection happening, and see, while the outfield here is sand based, what I have just learned speaking to a few ground staff members, that in New York the drainage was slightly better because it was more sand based. While fielding got tough there, but it would soak up the water very quickly, as you saw in the India-Pakistan game. It was similar amount of rain that we saw here in the India-Pakistan game, but there in half an hour you could start. Here it's been close to 2 hours and you've not been able to start the game. So, that's a pity that, despite the fact that there has been no rain for the last 3-4 hours, you've not been able to start. So this phase that you got of 3-4 hours of sunshine, you could very well have had a game. If not a 20 overs aside, you could have had 10 overs aside. That was possible. But because of one patchy area of where the water collected, see, also they don't have drainage or covers to cover the entire ground, which I think has gone against them. The entire ground could not be covered, as you see in certain other grounds. Had that been done, you could have had a game. By now you would have even had 10 overs being bowled of one innings. That was possible. But they did not cover the ground like that. But other facilities are there. Super Stopper is there. There are lots of ground staff members here working very hard. So that is there. The sand is there, not as effective as in New York, but it's also soaking up the ground. So the match and the hopes of Pakistan are still alive. If you think it's been called off, no. Though it's hanging by a thread, I might add that even if you don't get rain in the 45 minutes and inspection happens, the game starts in another 1 hour or so, there is likelihood of rain later, and that side is telling me. But later in the evening it clears. But see, there is a positive side as well. I showed you the dark clouds there, but let me also show you a brighter part of the sky. See that side, it's all blue, white clouds. Doesn't look like there's rain this side, but there's rain that side. So it's going to be touch and go. It's going to be touch and go in terms of rain, but not touch and go in terms of preparation of the ground. Otherwise, I think the match looks rather dry. The ground looks rather dry. Just that one area they're working on. Match chances? Well, can't say with certainty. Match chances. Right now dry. If it doesn't rain, I assume in 1 hour's time the match should start. If it doesn't rain anymore. It's become humid. It is a bit sunny as well. If those clouds are not menacing, then game should start. Good chance then. But if it rains, then I don't know. Anyway, I think 1.5 hours is the buffer. It was supposed to start at 7:30, 2 hours. So even if the game starts, it'll be a shortened game. It'll be a shortened game even if it starts. No, again, I repeat for the nth time, because a lot of you are asking, nth time, match has not been called off yet. Inspection in another 35 minutes. Okay, so that's the latest update. Thanks so much for joining me. As soon as we have the next update, I'll be live from Florida, from right outside the stadium. Take care for the moment. Bye bye.